Samady bận song cương chiến Bạch nhạc lên thiên Samady công năn nia Song cương bom ra ca bia Campuchia Mai cầm rực nia tiêm tia sập xe ray Ai kể riêng bồn nạp hiểm á thấp bà tay Khmer bà xây bà đô bà đánh thai rẽ xa Mình oi bà tinh chliên biến một trua ta Song bạc đồn ta thâm thiên chiếc Khmer Rèng á tinh rèng bom lư Campuchia Khmer ai kể hiểm khmia đong xoay bà nhà ha Nhớ bài sẽ tinh song cung ăn hông xa Sẽ quạt lại khá chi vẹp hiểm rung rương Đầy dương tu dương khô khô dương Khmer krong lan song cung chiên khai ra Nát ở trong đầu âm lại chung ra chia Đang bay Campuchia rung rung xem xa Chơi vô, tôi nặng bạn song cô chiên Samady cái nặng bằng song cương chiên Bạch nhạc mây khmiên Samady công năn nia Song cương bom ra ca bia Campuchia Mai cầm rực nia tiêm tia sập xe ray Ai kể riêng bồn nạp hiểm á thấp bà tay Khmer bà xây bà đô bà đánh thai rẽ xa Mình oi bà tinh chliên biến một trua ta Song bạc đồn ta thâm thiên chiếc Khmer Rèng á tinh rèng bom lư Campuchia Khmer ai kể hiểm khmia đong xoay bà nhà ha Nhớ bài sẽ tất cánh song cung ăn hông xa Sẽ quạt lại khá chi vẹp hiểm rung rương Đầy dương tu dương khô khô dương Khmer krong lan song cung chiên khai ra Bó ngọt ở trong đầu âm lại chung ra chia Đang bay Campuchia rung rung xem san
ជំរាបសួរអងពូមីងទាំងអស់គ្នាថ្ងៃនេះគឺវេទិកានិយាយភាសាអង់គ្លេសបើសិនជាអងពូមីងចង់ស្ដាប់ជាភាសាខ្មែរគឺមានថ្ងៃច័ន្ទគៀពហុសុក្រសៅរ៍អាទិត្យប៉ុន្តែថ្ងៃនេះគឺជាភាសានិយាយភាសាអង់គ្លេសដើម្បីឲ្យអន្តរជាតិគាត់យល់ពីសារនយោបាយរបស់ពួកយើងជាយុវជន Welcome everyone. My name is Samady. This is a live talk show, podcast. I'm from Los Angeles. So today I will be talking about current event happening in Cambodia and the presence of Khmer on August 22nd in New York in front of the UN about protest. And today I have my special guest. I will be the host today, and today my special guest is Linda. She will be joining me as my guest in this podcast talk show to discuss about the current topic and political event that happened in Cambodia recently after the elections. So I would like to welcome Linda to the show. Điệp xưa bong.
Điệp xưa Samady and Jim everyone who's watching CNRP America right now. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for supporting our show, meaning by like and share. And if you have any questions, please put in comment. Samady is hosting today, and I'm very excited. I don't know what he's gonna ask me, but hopefully I prepare. And thank you,
You
Samady,
always,
for having me.
yes, well, you always prepare. You are one of the um, outgoing youth for CNRPA, of course.
Senior
You know
you.
what can I say? No, the rising star, the youth. So, as you know, there's many current events happening in Cambodia. Recently, after the elections, Hon Manait become the new head of the government, and he will be coming to the United States. But we will discuss about that later on. And we also have many other current event side topics that we can talk about. In this case, we can talk about the relating to politics, for example, like current event in Cambodia. The hardest view is, most Cambodian American um, who live in the United States, mostly from Long Beach, go to Cambodia organizing a drug crime, like in GTA, like Grand Theft Auto, and release the Chinese drug lord from jail. And one major thing that we saw is that in case of arresting the drug lord first, the government arresting those Cambodian American who known to be involved with the release of those Chinese drug lords, and they popularize that on the news, showing those Cambodian American coming into Cambodia and cause all this crime, instead of showing that, hey, we catch the drug lord first instead of those people. So I think this is just a distraction from what's being in front of us, of the new current government. It can be also be a facade. As you can see, one of the girls who got arrested is the Chinese citizen who said this arrest is just for show. I think that's what she screamed in front of the camera. And do you think that related to the current event in Cambodia, Bong? Like, recently 52,000 ton of drug has been confiscated in Cambodia. Isn't this kind of shocking? Because in the United States, most drug that has been confiscated is like we talk about ounces and in a pound. We don't talk about tons of drugs that has been confiscated. So, what is your take on that, Bong?
First, it's just a show.
Mhm,
It's a theater show. It's a stage.
mhm,
It just happened on the same week where the Hun Sen regime is putting Hun Manat as the prime minister. It's illegitimate prime minister. It's not my prime minister. It's not,
mhm,
and not many people in Cambodia prime minister. We know that as a result of it's not my elections because the CLP candlelight party was not able to join. So it just happened that these event happened on the same week, and it's very unfortunate that we have many our political prisoner in Cambodia that are sick, that are very sick in prison, and they are not able to come out of the prison to get care for them.
mhm.
But the drug lord unfortunately has even to get his teeth. I guess his teeth fixed, or
Yes,
whatever
dentist.
wrong with his teeth, his dental care. He
Uh,
went out. They actually let him go out and get his dental care. So I'm assuming the dental must be very painful, very painful that he need a care. And in addition, when you look at the political prisoner are conscious who have eye problem, who has
mhm,
health problem. You're talking about diabetes. You're talking
mhm,
about issue that because of the unhealthy conditions in prison, they are not allowed to even out of prison to take taken care. And also one of VP of this CLP, Luke Taksita, was not allowed to be out of prison to,
Yes.
it's not even to care for his health. So that's a double standard or triple standard. And
Yes.
at the same time, the during that week is Honmanat coronation. It's like the king. It's not by election. It's yeah, we have elections, but it's not election. It's a stage election. So it's not it's a sad situations. And at the same time, before I forget, I would like to invite, when you're talking about Long Beach, I would like to invite everyone, please join us on Saturday, September 2nd. We have a rally, peaceful rally. Let me share the screen. um, we have a peaceful rally in Long Beach, Saturday, September 2nd from 12 noon. I believe from 12 noon to 4 p.m. This
Yes.
is on Anaheim Street, 1321 East Anaheim Street. We've been there a couple of weeks ago during during the elections. Now we are going to be there again. Please join us. This is in front of the library, the Homeland Library on MacArthur Park. So please join us. Saturday, September 2nd. Let me see. And why are we there? Why are we there? Because we want the community to know that we are not. Honmanat is actually a selected leader. He's appointed by his father, and it's illegitimate. Cannot say that word. So basically, stolen elections. So
Yes.
please come out, voice your opinion, come out and join us for the peaceful rally on September 2nd.
Yes. Thank you, Bong, for advertising that so our audience can know what is going on. Like, what is our step taken forward into rejecting Honmanite as the selected prime minister in Cambodia. And thank you for your explanation comparing the drug dealers who have been known as the drug lord, went to jail for over 20 years, sentenced to jail for over 20 years versus a
I thought he's sentenced
political,
for life.
yeah, for life in
It's
Cambodia.
a year of life, yes. It's in
Yes,
Cambodia, and unfortunately, living in luxury,
yes,
getting his dental clean, get his dental care done, very luxury VIP prisoner in
yeah,
Cambodia who's actually in jail for drug. You can consider drug lords.
yes,
Been in jail, and unfortunately, many political prisoner in Cambodia being charged for incitement, being charged for uncalled for, and unfortunately not able to get out for real being sick, especially their health conditions. One of our audience say dirty water. Everything is dirty. Dirty water,
yeah,
dirty shower, dirty place, cramped conditions. It's not a humane way to be in prison, treated very badly, and that's had to talking about human rights situation in the prison as well.
and yes, Bong, thank you for bringing up about human rights topics. The other day, I was listening to Fresh New. Hunmanite was talking for the first time after he becoming a prime minister of Cambodia, trying to mimic what his father did during the speech, looking left and right, showing
But
authority. Yes, in his message, sending threat to people outside the country, begging them not to come for the protests and so on. In one of those speech, what interested me is on the side topic that we currently talking about is he said the U.S. high-ranking official personally go to Cambodia with the U.S. Embassy Ambassador Patrick Murphy, go to the peace. They call it the peace.
Peace
Uh,
Palace.
yes, Peace Palace. Going in there, congratulated him, speaking loudly, calling him the Prime Minister of Cambodia, saying that look, the United States accepted him as the Prime Minister of Cambodia. They keep calling him the Prime Minister. Hunmanite, they are glad to be able to come and talk with him, but he said he suggests all of us to go look on the U.S. Embassy Facebook page, saying that they congratulated him from all leaders from around the world, from UN to United States, the so-called country that fight for democracy. In this case, I think he forgot to mention about what is the purpose of those high-ranking official coming and see him. What is their political agenda? He only brought up the message of them calling him the Prime Minister. I'm going to read out to you right now what the U.S. Embassy of Cambodia wrote on their page, saying, U.S. Ambassador Patrick Murphy, visiting U.S. staff delegation from Senate committee, met with Prime Minister Hunmanite and other new government leaders in Phnom Penh August 28 to discuss the U.S.-Cambodia relationship and regional security. Ambassador Murphy, keyword, regional security. They're probably talking about the Ream naval base against China, Cambodian relationship, and what they want to head toward from now on within the new government. And it continues on saying that Ambassador Murphy and delegation welcome sustained cooperations on important regional and global matter, but also urged the new Prime Minister of Cambodia and the government to reopen civic and independent media space in the Kingdom of Cambodia in order to make progress on democracy and respect for human rights by ensuring all Cambodians can participate freely in the political process and release political figure and activists, including Kum Sokha and the U.S. Cambodian dual national Saint Thierry. And that's what they're emphasizing on. And Hunmanite, just like his father, twisted the information and spreading fake news by trying to show a completely different pictures of what the whole objective and the agenda of the U.S. high-ranking official and the reason of them going and see him. What is your opinion on that, Bong? I would like to give you a background on that so you know what's going on, so you can have your take on that. Is this kind of a mimic of what his father did, kind of twisting black to white and white to black? What is your opinion on that, Bong?
If he really proud of the U.S. Embassy calling him the Prime Minister, sure, let him proud, because the person that's so proud and speak out like that, which means that they don't have that. The U.S. Embassy Facebook clearly showed they care and concern about the Cambodian people. Mm-hmm. And that's why they were there. They were there to not talking about just congratulations. And I believe that in the Peace Palace had to be a recording somewhere. And if it like really congratulations, really, I'm so proud for the elections, it would have broadcast worldwide by Fresh News. But unfortunately, it's only pictures. And the U.S. Embassy, they care about the people of Cambodia. They care the Cambodian. They want to work because they know it's truly affecting the people of Cambodia. Their citizen, that means Saint Thierry, is still in jail. Mm-hmm. So that's what they're concerned about. But you know what? None of that is coming out of Hunmanite. He was so proud in the speech that, you know, if as soon as people call him Prime Minister, I mean, he's legit. Not really.
Yes, well.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole picture of him trying to show to the Cambodian people that, hey, look, even the United States and the UN accepted me as legitimate Prime Minister, gaining the vote of 6 million people who come and vote for him, because as we know, the CPP won 90% of the vote, so 95% to be exact, of the vote during the previous election, the recent elections. And he keep on bringing up GSP and also EBA. The funny thing is that if the United States and the United Nations and the European Union accepted him as the legitimate prime minister through free and fair elections, why would he keep bringing the topic of bringing back GSP, coming to the UN? That's his main objective and his agenda, and also EBA bomb.
I think
Um,
it's kind of like fake news. It's
mhm,
it telling. I see not just him. I saw many propaganda. I mean, his people that actually defected into CPP,
mhm,
been saying, telling people, Honmanat is coming to the UN, going to
mhm,
give a speech at UN, is going to request back GSP and EBA.
mhm.
Um, it's not something that he requests. It's something that you have to do. The
Yes.
regime need to show. The regime need to show, and it's very simple. I believe it's three things: democracy, human rights, and release the political prisoner like Mr. Kum Sukha, um, free and fair elections. It's so simple. But unfortunately, since 2017, the regime have not respect that. And when I went and listened to Brad Adam, he said that the EU took out 20% of the EBA. It shouldn't be 20%. It
Mhm,
should be 100% because on the contract, in order for Cambodia to receive GSP and EBA, you have to follow their rule, and that is democracy, respect for human rights, free and fair elections.
mhm.
Um, when EU took out 20%, does that mean Cambodia only violate 20% of the EBA rule? It shouldn't be like that. It should be 100%.
Yes.
And the reason that Hunmanite and his people and everyone talking about for the last this whole week they've been talking about GSP and EBA.
Mhm.
They know,
Yes.
and they're desperate
Yes.
because factory workers has no work.
Yes.
Hunmanite went to visit with the factory yesterday. I don't know where it is. I just saw the news that where he went and gave a speech and took many picture. Unfortunately, there are many people out of job. The tourist industry is dead in Cambodia. So that is a signal. It's a signal that because of his father, because of his regime, doesn't matter. Still Hun San, still Hun Manet, it's still the same regime, the same people. And that's one of our topic for today. Beyond proportions, big head syndrome, too big of a head, too big, government's too big.
Yes.
So this whole week, and I'm also hearing many of the CPP encourage their people to go to New York because they said
Yes.
Honmanite going to ask the UN for GSP and
And
for
EBA.
EBA back.
Yes.
Unfortunately, like I said, it's not something that you ask, it's something that you do and you show. So
Yes.
please do not spread fake news.
Yes. Yes. Well, on the topic of that, Hunmanite loudly brought up this statement in his recent speech a couple of days ago, saying that all Cambodian people shall unite together. And if you planning from the people who support Samrensi and the opposition party, in this case CNRP or CLP, coming in front of the UN, protest against him and reject him as the prime minister of Cambodia, they should not do that. But instead, if they come and see the CPP supporter, please do not fight with each other and work together toward bringing peace back to our country. He even loudly said that there will be thousands of CPP supporters who love peace, who love Cambodia, who supported him through free and fair elections, will come and support him in front of the UN. And the small amount of us who going in front of the UN, that's what he claimed, will cause conflicts in this case, violent with the CPP political party, which I think it is untrue. We are very peaceful, and he said he doesn't want to see Cambodian fight each other and cause violence in front of the UN and embarrass the whole country. That's what he said in his speech. What is your thought on that, Bong?
If you remember, Hotmanet was in Long Beach not
Yes.
long ago, many years ago. I don't remember which year, um, 2016, 2015, that he was in Long Beach and his bodyguard, his bodyguard um, actually stopped the guy, and basically the guy that came and served the warrant to Honmanite, and his
Mhm.
bodyguard was basically knock him down to the ground.
Wow.
Who incite violence? He know he did this. He did this in Long Beach to incite violence. CNRP and the Khmer community been protesting, doing rally. It's all been very peaceful.
Mhm.
None of us have been arrested, and he should know his father's been to New York many times.
Yes.
Yeah, and got shoe throw at. So unfortunately it missed, but it's almost. So I what he's saying, he trying to be basically saying that, we should talk, we
Mhm.
should be nice to each other.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Honmanat should be nice to people in Cambodia.
Yes.
Honmanat should be solving issue in Cambodia. One of the issue that really close to his house is the Naga worker on strike. It's
Mhm.
been almost 2 years, and that's right on their footstep. That's close to the that close to where he just take picture. The um, goodness, the place where they took picture. Um, Recipe, whatever it is.
Yes. The Senate.
The Senate, the Congress or Senate place
Mhm.
where they took picture recently, and
Yeah.
that just right there. And unfortunately, the issue keep going on for almost 2 years, and
Mhm.
not to make matter worse, he's the Naga owner got promoted to be an advisor. And
Wow.
how can issue you would let your people out there for the last 2 year protest in, and then got shoved, got pushed by the authority. So if he want to be, people being nice to each other, people being, maybe he should take care of what's going on in Cambodia. Be nice to his own people in Cambodia, and maybe we don't have to protest. But unfortunately, what he did in Cambodia, and anybody that in Cambodia cannot voice their opinion. That's why when we live here, we live in a democracy world, we live in a democracy country, we should able to use our voice and speak freely and peaceful protest. That's the same constitutions of Cambodia, but unfortunately, the Cambodian people are not able to do that.
Yes, that is so unfortunate, Bong, and thank you for chiming in on that. And talking about promoting, I have been looking at Fresh News a lot recently, and all I see is on Fresh News is spamming with His Majesty announced this person as secretary cabinets of the Cambodian new government, and I think the funny thing is Thailand recently also have a new coalition government, and the thing is, Thailand is number two ranking in Southeast Asia and have a population of almost 70 millions compared to our country, which is 12, if I remember correctly. And as you see, this is the coalition between, let me see how many is it? One, two, three, four, five political party, coalition of five political party to form a government, and they only have five deputy prime minister. And look how many prime minister deputy prime minister of Cambodia has. I think
Let me share.
almost 21 deputy prime minister.
Let me share.
In the state we call it the VP, the vice president. We have like Kamala Harris or Yes, Mong. So Prime Minister is one. Deputy Prime Minister without any position is two. Deputy Prime Minister with position is eight. So in this case, it's 10 in Cambodia compared to Thailand, which is the most prosperous country in Southeast Asia, ranking number two, having almost triple, quadruple the populations of Cambodia, while coalitions they have only five deputy prime minister compared to the new head of government of Cambodia, which combined is 1,525 high-ranking official of
And
Cambodia
still growing.
and still counting. Yes, and still counting. That's why we call it the big head government. The head is so big they cannot afford the body to walk properly. What is your take on that, Bong? Comparing one of the most prosperous country in Southeast Asia, Thailand, government, new head of government, compared to Cambodia, who rank 72, I think, in Southeast Asia, in the most richest country, to have such many high-ranking official wasted natural resource in and the government fund. What is your take on that, Bong?
It's very unfortunate that many people are in a position where they're not qualified for. Many of
Yes.
those are related, are family related. Um, and it's very, I'm not sure. Let me see if I have even a picture.
Mhm.
Um, there was a portion of it, but these are people that related. Um,
Mhm.
do we have
Wow.
family member from that picture that we know of Samady? No,
Wow,
right?
so many, Bong. I think Nate Savun and Wong Saviset is closely related to Hun San. Niece and nephew married. You see two of his son right there holding the high-ranking official head government of Cambodia, Hun Manite and Hun Mani. Wong Saviset. Wow, so many people related to him. Basically, I think this is all in the family, Bong. Nephew, niece, son, daughter-in-law,
Do we
all of
relate to
those.
any of those people?
Yes, they are related to the Hun
But
family.
do we relate to any of those
Oh,
people?
no,
No.
no.
So our chance of being in any position just gone. You just killed my dream right now.
Yes, Bong, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, in the United States, when you born in the U.S., you can proudly say, "I can be the next president of the United States. I can be the next vice president of the United States. I can be the cabinets of the United States of America. I can hold a high-ranking position as long as I have education and the support of the people, the love of the United States citizen. In this case, as you can see, the love of the people of Cambodia is not enough, Bong. You need to be from the elite family of Cambodia and also the high ranking official, and you must be related by blood to hold those positions.
Dale is asking why you calling me Bong. Let me ask. Let me tell our audience. Samadi and I are related. Samadi is my cousin.
But however, we both have worked hard to fight for our country, and we don't have nepotism in the state. Bong Linda never sponsored me or to go work at her workplace and put me as her executive assistant or whatever the position available at her workplace. I have to work hard to find a job in order to go in through procedural process, resume, CV, and also being interviewed by three of the board member in order to get a job. So no nepotism here. Lupu
Yes.
Dale.
The when you look at the whole big picture in Cambodia, the 1,525 cabinets of hit. I mean, it's going to keep growing. Unfortunately, it's they are related. They by family or son. The Unfortunately, the when you look at that, it's very sad very sad to look at that in America, like somebody said, when the baby is born, you always have that baby. You always say that that he's going to be the next president of the United States. The baby is
Yes.
born in America is American. Doesn't matter what your skin color, what your parent come from. So you are American when you're born here, and you have the opportunity to be the president. And in order for you to be a president, or in order for you to have an opportunity, America will give you the opportunity, meaning they send you to school, um,
Hmm.
free education, free junior college, free 4 year college. When you are wanting your master degree, you have to borrow money, which many times no interest, and many times it's for 10 years of payback. So the opportunity in America is there for you to better yourself, for you to move up the ladder. When you want poor, does not mean that you're going to be poor in America, because America give you the opportunity to, if you try hard. My father is a refugee, came to um, cross the border in Thailand and come to America. Um,
Hmm.
and all everybody that in America are refugee. Many people are refugee, except recently that people came to America through sponsorship. So thank you, peace, for being here. The thing is, many people that come during the 80, um, early 80, are refugee, and they here, they work hard, they survive, and also because they want a better future for their kid. And I know, because my father want a better future for us, and I know that other father and mother in Cambodia want a better future for their children as well. But unfortunately, they do not have the rope or the connection to the Hun family, or have any blood to the Hun family. Unfortunately, they would go to school, and if you lucky, you will able to continue going to school and win scholarship, go out the country to study. If you
Hmm.
not, you go to school and study your bachelor degree in Cambodia, and come out of school with your diploma and have no job. And that's
Hmm.
what happened right now. The opportunity is not there. And looking at the 1,525 people, um, it's very unfortunate.
Yes, Bong. And
Oh, Samady is not connect anymore, and now it's just me. Um, Let me see if I can. I think he's coming back.
can you see me? No.
I only see your background.
Okay, hold on. I think it's the camera is glitching. So let me see. Let me see. Why is it only my background? Hmm. Oh, only my background, huh? Oops.
Only background. We can hear you.
Okay. Let's just keep talking and the camera. Okay. Oh, can you see me now? Yeah.
I can see
There we
you.
go. It's not as clear, but it's okay. This is the second camera. But anyway, Bong, as we were talking, those 1,525 people and counting, do you think those government is being paid by the Hun family because every one of them is closely related to the Hun family? Or the people in Cambodia is the one that paid for them because in this case they're going to raise the price of the food, cost of living, and Hunmanite a couple of days ago saying he planning on raising the minimum wage of factories worker. Um, in this case, I think it's going to be high supply, high demand. Bong. If you get paid a lot, what would happen to the economy? Bong? Price is going to increase. So in this case, more price increase, he can collect more tax out of Cambodian people. Would you like to have a take on that one?
Yesterday already announced, isn't it? Like a motorcycle from a son. I don't own a motorcycle, so I wouldn't know
Yes.
what they're talking about. But they were talking about there's a lot of accident in Cambodia, so they want to have the license for the motorcycle. Basically, I believe it's like Samuel said, 60 cc. I don't even know what it means. So um, I either ride a bike or drive. so 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 that's revenue for the regime. And what he been sitting in the prime minister's seat for 1 whole week, and his government is already raising money for this. And how many people ride a bike in ride motorcycle in Cambodia?
Yes.
Everybody have a motorcycle.
Yes, boss.
Hmm. And
Wow.
then yes, and then when you look at all these people that just got their position, um, where does money come from? That's your tax dollar. So if you are CPP that elected these people, or go vote for CPP last month, prepare to pay your income, prepare to pay your tax, and that's
Mhm.
it. And in addition to that, natural resources gone.
Mhm.
Um, people are being ordinary people have been evicted from their land for deforestations. Those are money. That's money directly go to their pocket, the Hun regime, the Hun crony pocket. When we're talking about forests, natural forests, does any of the ordinary Cambodian gain from those? Gain from the regime cutting down tree? I
Mhm.
haven't. And also talking about mountain, we are from a province called Preveng. If our audience want to know where Samady and I came from, our family grew up in. I mean, we still have family in Preveng. There's a mountain. It's called
Bapnum.
Phnom. Now, what do they call Bat Phnom? So there's natural resources in the mountain is gone. Yes, and also I think the name now is, even though it's joking, it's like the original name was Bapnom. Bapnom later gonna be Bapnom, so gonna be
Yeah.
no more
No more.
mountain.
No more
Yeah,
money.
no more. It's unfortunate. And those money, who got them, who benefit from it? The regime benefit from. So sucking all everything from the Cambodian people, sucking everything from the natural resource, and everything going to their pocket, and they having luxury. If you ever follow them through Instagram, all they show is how their lifestyle, and talking about so rich in like throwing a birthday party, a wedding that lasted for so many days, and how so much flowers, so much decorations, big home, and where they get their money from?
Yes, boss.
Their, their flower, just decoration, can feed the Cambodian people for like a whole week.
Bon, talking about decoration. The other day I stumbled upon this video made by Radio Free Asia, which is very interesting. Honmanite's wife, who I mean Honmani, yes, the one without hair. He well, basically his wife. I went to her Instagram, even though she's a public servant wife, the senator, which only make $2,000, around $2,000 per month, but she be rolling on a private jet to Paris, attending elite fashion show. I'm talking about Louis Vuitton. I'm talking about Hermes
No,
exclusive.
Louis Vuitton is cheap. Louis Vuitton is
Yeah,
cheap. Whatever she has on. Um,
yeah,
I know her Instagram. I follow her on Instagram. It's ridiculously lavish lifestyle that
yeah,
her daughter birthday got a private jet out of the
wow,
country. So that's a thing that the Cambodian people doesn't normally see. and
wow.
and it's not that they smarter than ordinary people. It's not that they smarter than everybody. No, they're just being a crook, and blood sucking the day life of the ordinary Cambodian, hardworking Cambodian in Cambodia.
Yes. Yes, well, it's just unfortunate. I saw her back, Hermes. which is most one of the elite, only the elite able to use it. The cheapest one is from 50,000 all the way to almost $1 million for a bag, depend on how limited it is. And she wore those to Paris Fashion Week, and it just think about it. A senate or a parliament member who only make around $3,000 per month, able to afford private jets, able to afford all of those, and all of those coming out of natural resource of Cambodia. Of course, Cambodia gonna be able to still stand because they selling land while other country bringing economic import export, as you see, Samuel, his comment. Of course, and in this case, what is your thought on the thousands of people who will be welcoming the new Prime Minister of Cambodia coming to the UN, Bong? Will those coming out of national budget of Cambodia or out of their own willingness to come fly all the way across the United States, 50 states to New York in front of the UN to support him?
Um, History repeat itself. From Hun Sen to Hun Manet. So what we're saying, it's not new. It's not a legit government. So of course, nobody going to come and welcome him without pay, without having the regime put them in a nice hotel, renting a conference room.
Mhm.
So so nobody going to come and do that for free for Hun Manet or Hun Sen, and he noticed. So it's not free, and we know people, and people always telling us it's not free. It's spending so much natural resource, wasting money. He's been a prime minister a for 1 week. He 1 week he going to be here, September 22nd. It's going to be a month. In that month, spending wasting natural resource. And if we look at the economy right now, it's a very sad situation. Factory workers has no job. The supermarket are quiet. No people in Siem Reap cannot find work because there's no tourists, and it's very very sad situation.
Wow. Yes, Bong. The economy in Cambodia is falling apart. That's why Hun Manait keep on repeating over and over again that his main purpose is to bridge the gap between Cambodia and the Western world in order to rebuild economy in Cambodia again. Even though I thought Cambodia would cut off all the Western aid and headed toward China. In this case, Cambodia economy probably falling down without the help from the free money from the Western world. In this case, the aid free
China
aid.
economy is not good neither. That's
Yes,
why, yeah.
so yes, and on the topic of that, I'm pretty sure you remember the guy who repeat after Horn Sands loudly saying that even if Cambodia does not have preferential tax system, Cambodia will not die. In this case, for our audience, preferential tax mean EBA and GSP, and he keep on repeating that over and over again while Honmanite agenda trying to gain back GSP and EBA. What do you think of that, Bon?
Um, like I said in beginning, it's a lie. It's fake news because
Yeah.
they promoted him. They actually in this couple days the CPP or the people that actually um, defect from CNRP, CLP, and go and consider working for CLP without any position at all, coming out and say, come and support Hunmanite because Hunmanite going to be at the UN asking for EBA, asking for GSP. Um, like I said, it's not for Hunmanat to be asking. It's Hunmanat to show. Like from beginning, we always say democracy, human right, release political prisoner, release Mr. Kumsaka,
Yes.
and that's what the EU is asking. and also the EU were asking for free and fair elections. And as of now, August 29, we have not seen that. So I don't know why they are promoting it. Like, yeah, the regime cares so much about the people of Cambodia. So Hun Manet is coming out to the UN to ask for GSP, asking for EBA, and we the opposition that out there protesting, that's gonna hurt the economy in Cambodia. No, it's not correct. That just fake news.
Yes.
Hun Manet and his regime, now it's Hun Manet and his regime,
Uh-huh.
the one that the EU cut 20% because they don't respect any of that. They don't respect human rights. They don't expect free and fair elections, and that's how they lost GSP, and they're going to lose 100% of the EBA. So don't point finger to opposition. Don't point finger to anybody beside the regime themselves. And don't keep saying we, the opposition, telling the EU, telling the United States to cut all those. No, they're the one that didn't respect human rights. They're the one that doesn't have free and fair election.
Yes, Wong. Thank you. I know you are choking up talking about this topic. Wong, talking about misinformation and fake news, on the last topic, on the event of the new government that has being appointed, the new head of government, mostly relative to the Hun family, the elite, that's what we call them. What are the chance for the youth, and what they should do for themselves, basically, in Cambodia? From my end, I think as a younger generation, one, we should make our voice heard. As you can see, youth in Japan, Korea, they all stand up and rejected Hun Manet as the new prime minister in Cambodia, because he has been selected by his own father, and no one dared to stand up against him. And I think the small step we can take is to able to distinguish between what is the fake news and what is the correct one. In this case, they're saying, "Oh, the opposition, Samrasi and the opposition party, um, they are the main reason the EU and the United States cut GSP from Cambodia. So don't go and support them. Don't even think about supporting the opposition. At the same time, turn back, work together with CPP, and build a prosperous Cambodia, a new generation of Cambodia." That's my opinion as the youth. What we should do on a small scale is to distinguish what information being spreaded as true and not, and do our own research to distinguish those information, and also make our voice heard. Go in front of the UN, even um, just like showing our voice, saying that we rejected Hun Manet when he was here on the upcoming August, and we will show the, as you can see behind me, is the UN. There's the poster of our protest. No Hun Manet, and no free and fair elections in Cambodia on August 22nd in front of the UN. Yes,
September.
yes, September. Yes, one. Sorry, not
September
August, September.
Friday, September 22nd. Please join us in New York City in front of
Yeah.
UN. We're gonna meet there. We're gonna make our voice heard, and we're gonna our voice nice and loud. So please join us. September 22nd. Um, Contact me, contact Samady, contact anybody. CNRP America. So anyone that live in the US should know what's going on, should know who work under CNRP America, can able to give you detail, where to stay, and also which airport to book your flights.
Mhm.
And also we would like to say it again. We go our own heart, our own money. Nobody paying us, nobody supporting us to go. So it's our own heart when we know. And when somebody talking about the youth, what they should do in Cambodia, um, keep studying and also keep learning the truth. I know there's a lot of propaganda in Cambodia, fake news. Listen to the independent media so you understand what's going on. And when people say something good to you, when you hear something good the first time, listen to it again and ask them, what is the purpose of this? And not just look at Facebook and just share. Um, but understand what's going on, understand the history, and also see what's going on and see how the country is deteriorating. Look at the news. I mean, you're not going to see real news in Cambodia, but look at Radio Free Asia, look at VOA, look at the independent media that will be writing about Cambodia itself.
Yes, thank you, Bong. The reason I agree when you stated that to look at the unbiased news outlet media is because the regime tried so many times to close down Radio Free Asia Facebook page, and also Cambodia's Daily, and also in this case VOD and VOA, and but they failed to do so. Why? Because Facebook found no violations that those news media outlets um, did, and also about their credential. As a result, I think they would be the great place to seek unbiased news and also learn about the current event of our country for youth here around the world and also in Cambodia too.
And just stop and think, if you are the youth right now and you can't understand what I'm saying, just how many years have the Hun family been in politics? And it's not just being in politics, sitting in one position. Hun Sen been on the chair of prime minister for like 38 years now. Hun Manait. So there's no other last name that can do the job better than the Hun family. I don't think so. And you need to know how they have that power, how they have been sitting on that chair, by threatening you, by instill fear in you, fear of what, fear of Khmer rule gonna return, fear of war. So they are throwing in fear, and just saying that thank you peace slogan everywhere in Cambodia. If you have peace already, why do you need to be thanking so much?
Yes, Mom. I agree with you. Other country in Southeast Asia walking forward while the current regime is walking backward. Well, at least they said they are willing to work with the Western and regain back what they lost and rebuild the trust that has been lost. I am hoping to see if he's actually stick to his word or just all talk. We will see what's going on. And I hope all of us will show up on the upcoming protest on September 22nd, which is next month in front of the UN. No one pay us. We come here by our own accommodation, and I hope all of us show up to make our voice heard.
Yes, and if you are in Los Angeles, you are around Long Beach, please join us on September 2nd, which is this Saturday. Please join us at in Long Beach. Let me see, it's called MacArthur Park. We always there in front of the Homeland building, in front of the library. Please join us. Let me see. I think it's starting at noontime. So contact myself. I believe there's also a poster in CNRP America Facebook on that. Please join us this Saturday at noon, starting at noontime. We are there to show the Cambodian community, to show the community that we are against Hun Manet as a prime minister, because the vote is not legit and because the vote does not include opposition. So please join us, and also join us in New York for September 22nd. That is starting 10 a.m. on Friday, September 22nd, in front of the UN. please join us. If you are living in the East Coast, you can drive. Driving a couple hours, 3 or 4 hours is not the worst thing. The worst thing, because the people in Cambodia endorse worse than that. And when we start out, we're talking about the drug lord that able to get out to get his dental work versus a political prisoner who actually sick, real sick, is not allowed to get out of prison, not allowed to transfer to the clinic or the hospital to look at their health. And that is double, triple, thousand million standard regarding the the prisoner, the treatment of prisoner in Cambodia.
Yes, Wong. One like Mr. Tachita, he has a very vital health issues that need to be treated immediately, and the judge rejected him from going outside, stepping out of the um, prison perimeter. While we see this Chinese drug lord who committed a drug crime in Cambodia being sent out with bodyguards to a dentist, which is kind of unfortunate. And this just to show how the Cambodian society is. The people who fight for our country and speak out loud get that treatment, and the people who destroyed our country with drugs, overloaded Cambodia with many drug substance, is being recognized and giving priority over an actual Cambodian citizen who has been wrongfully arrested in
That
Cambodia.
that keeps saying that the regime favoring foreigner versus their own people.
Yes, ma'am.
And we see that again and again. The same thing with the drug lord, the same thing with the Naga owner, and many of the foreigner that in Cambodia got a very better treatment than the Cambodian people itself. And in Cambodia, there's human trafficking going on, because you keep hearing about the rescue, but you never hear of people who actually responsible for it. So
Yes. Um, Thank you so much, Bong. Thank you for coming as my guest. And thank you, our audience, for coming and chime in and listen to us for an hour. This is all our topic today. Please come to the protest in Long Beach this week on Saturday. And also next month on September 22nd in front of UN in New York. Thank you, and Kimberly, thank you.
briefly, thank you.